first magic ring. Make a circle on your finger. Crochet down. Bring the thread out. Hook a CH chain stitch. First loop is 6SC single crochet. Tighten the loop after hooking. Then waste the first stitch of the straight S on the ship stitch. When thread through straight S, direct threading out of the coil. One stitch. Next, hook the second to 10th loops, all 6SC. Enter the needle at the ship stitch. Each straight S on corresponds to a SC. After 6SC ticks, always the first ship stitch. CH1 stitch. Ship stitch in position. Then continue to tick SC. Keep ticking it up to the 10th circle. After hooking the 6SC in the 10th loop, then waste the first ship stitch. One stitch. 11th loop. Enter the needle at the ship stitch. Hook a SC. Next straight S. Tick 1 ink increase. That's one straight S with 2 SCs in it. And then 1 SC and 1 ink as a group. Repeat for a total of 3 groups. After 3 rows of hooks, stitch with the first ship stitch. CH1 stitch. 12th round of ship stitch into needle. Hook 9 SC. Each straight S corresponds to 1 SC in the straight S. After the 9 SCs are ticked, ship stitch with the first stitch. Thirteenth lap. The law is a SC. An ink. One SC for a group. Repeat for a total of 3 groups. After 3 sets of ticks, ship stitch with the first stitch. CH1 stitch. 12 SC in the 14th round. Each straight S corresponds to 1 SC on it. After 12 SC hooks, ship stitch with the first stitch. The first stitch. The law of the 15th circle. It's a group of 3 SC and 1 ink. Repeat for a total of 3 groups. After 3 sets of ticks, ship stitch with the first stitch. CH1 stitch. 16th lap. A total of 15 SC. After the 15 SC ticks, ship stitch with the first stitch. Begin the 17th stitch with H. Start with 2 SC. Tick 1 ink. Two more SCs. So 2 SC and 1 ink. 2 SCs for 1 group. Repeat for a total of 3 groups. After 3 sets of ticks, ship stitch with the first stitch. CH1 stitch. The 18th circle. That's 18 SC. After the 18 SC hooks, ship stitch with first stitch. CH1 stitch. In the 19th round, tick 5 SC first. then 1 ink. So 5 SC and 1 ink as a group. Repeat for a total of 3 groups. After 3 rows of hooks and the first ship stitch, CH1 stitch. The 20th loop is 21 SC. After 21 SC, hook with the first ship stitch. CH1 stitch. For the 21st round, take 3 SC first. One more ink. Three more SC. This way, 3 SCs in 1 ink, 3 SCs in 1 group. Repeat for a total of 3 groups. After 3 sets of ticks, ship stitch with the first stitch. "22 rounds. That's 24 SC. After the 24 SC are hooked up with the first ship stitch, CH1. For the 23rd round, hook 2 SCs first. One more ink. So 2 SC and 1 ink as a group. Repeat for a total of 8 groups. Two SC, 1 ink. After 8 sets of ticks, ship stitch with the first stitch. CH1 stitch. 24th turn. That's 32 SC. Each street S corresponds to a SC. Need a color change on the 32 ND SC. So this stitch is only half crocheted. And then we switch to the orange thread. Winding the wire to bring the wire out of the coil. This is a successful color change. And then with the first ship stitch. CH1 stitch. and then 3 SCs first. Then take 1 ink. Three SC and 1 ink as a group. Repeat for a total of 8 groups. After 8 sets of ticks, ship stitch with the first stitch. CH1 stitch. 26th round is 40 SC in total. Each straight S corresponds to 1 SC. After this SC is ticked, ship stitch with the first stitch. CH1 stitch. 27th loop. Tick for SCs first. Tick 1 more ink. So for SC and 1 ink as a group, repeat for a total of 8 groups. On the last ink of the 8th group, need to do a color change. Tick the first SC first. Then the second SC is halfway through. Change to a black line. Winding substitutes the wire. Then ship stitch with the first stitch. CH1 stitch. Next is the 28th lap. The pattern for the 28th lap is to start with a SC, and then the next straight S and ink. One SC and 1 ink. Then keep repeating to finish the circle. After the hook with the first ship stitch. Then start to CH. Hook the 29th circle. Enter the needle at the ship stitch. First hook a DC double crochet. Crochet round the thread, bringing the thread out. Threading the wire through the first 2 coils. Re-wrap the last 2 coils. This is a DC. Then the next straight S hooks and FV. That's 2 DCs in 1 straight S. The law of the 29th circle is a DC and FV, and then it keeps repeating DC, DC, FV. Hook it up. DC, FV. Keep repeating. After 1 round of ticks, let's go back to the first DC's straight S. Let's do a ship stitch. And then the 2 cheese next to it don't count as doing straight S. Ship stitch and then break the line. Hide the thread with a needle. Then cut off all the excess threads. And then we'll use the shaping strips and fold it in half. Tuck it in at the top. Secure it. Crochet pumpkin next. Magic ring. Crochet down a CH. 6 SC in the first loop. Tighten the loop after hooking. Then make a ship stitch with the first stitch. CH1 stitch, second loop. Hook 6 ink. Enter the needle at the ship stitch. Hook 2 SC on each straight S. The second lap is 12 SC. After the hook, take the first sheep stitch. CH1 stitch. Enter the needle at the third sheep stitch. First hook a SC. Next straight S, tick and ink. This way, 1 SC and 1 ink for a group. Repeat for a total of 6 groups. Sheep stitch with the first stitch after 6 sets of hooks. CH1 stitch. Next, hook the 4th to 7th loop. All in at the sheep stitch. Then hook 18 SC. Each straight S corresponds to 1 SC. After the 7th circle is ticked, sheep stitch with the first stitch. CH1 stitch. On the 8th loop, hook a SC first. Then tick a deck. Thread in straight S to bring out the line. Threading into the next straight S again, bringing the line out. Threading 3 coils at once. This is 1 deck decrease. 1 SC and 1 deck as a group. Repeat for a total of 6 groups. Demonstrate again. 1 SC and then a deck. After 6 sets of hooks, we stitch with the first sheep stitch. CH1 stitch. And then we'll start by stuffing a little bit of cotton. A little bit of cotton will do. Down to the 9th circle. That's 6 December. After the 6 decks are ticked, with the first stitch of the sheep stitch. Then leave a long stitch. Cut. Threading a needle through a thread, wrapping up. Peak flow. Threading. Peak flow in turn. Then tighten the coil. And then we use the thread to make it into a pumpkin shape. After coding, we can hide the thread slightly at the bottom. Next, use the green thread to make a pumpkin stem. Magic ring. Hook a CH. Then hook 5 SC. Tightening the coil. With the first ship stitch, CH 1 shot. Needle in ship stitch. The second lapis 5 SC. Then with the first stitch, ship stitch. One CH, the needle is inserted at the ship stitch. Hook 5 ink on the third loop. Then with the first stitch, ship stitch. Cut off the excess threads. A few more stitches to secure. Secure it and hide the excess threads. This is what it looks like when it's all sewn up, trimming excess threads. Finally, sew the pumpkin to the edge of the hat. It can also be glued directly to the top. A few more stitches will make it stronger. Hide the excess thread after sewing. Hide a few more stitches. And then disconnect it. There you go.